Hello there YouTube, Eric McRae, Asparagus Party here. I'm trying to be very accountable and honor words that I've given, and I wanted to call back to a previous video I made where I talked about some of the type of material I wanted to cover in this channel, and I wanted to sort of reiterate it and sort of outline for this channel, actually a video schedule. Not exactly a video schedule, but in general a video schedule. So people know what to expect in the coming weeks. So first, I do have some things I'm going to go through that are kind of already in the works. I'm going to make one video talking about a community member that's been really helping me build up my own brand here and shine some light on this one person in particular who's been doing so much to help and been a real friend and supporter. But after that, I do have, I think, a few more reaction videos on my USB that I have to edit, reactions to horror movies, and I might run through some more reaction videos to funny or humorous content like Cory Kenshin's laugh challenges. After that, I have 2 or 3 gameplay videos for Path of Exile scheduled. There were other things that I had said I would do before this, but realistically I'm going to be playing Path of Exile. I'm going to just be upfront about this. I'm loving this game. This game, it's crazy. I'm not saying like it's the best thing since sliced bread good, but in terms of the things I like out of an ARPG and the things I was longing for in terms of a very Diablo 2-like experience, notwithstanding Resurrected or something like that, this has really been doing it well for me. There are very few things I can complain about this game so far, though it's ironic because the game's kind of old. It's been out for a while. It has a community and it's had a lot of drama in the midst of its own community. Apparently, I saw a video or two about this by, I think, Asmon Gold that I watched little brief bits of. But realistically, I'm getting into this game, and let me put it into perspective. So when you watch my videos on Path of Exile, my gameplay videos, there might be times where if you look really closely, you notice like it almost looks like I'm mentally challenged or something, where like I'm having a hard time processing. And I want to explain kind of what's actually going on with this game that's so amazing. What's literally happening to me as I play Path of Exile is that the environment of it is so alluring and immersive to me that I almost go by nature into sort of not a zombie-like state, but a zombie-like state, kind of a drone-like state where, as far as I know, it's like when I read a really good Tolkien book. I'm in that world. This whole reality around me, my work as a painter and everything else is shut down. Like literally when I'm playing Path of Exile, I have to fight my brain gravitating towards I'm literally in that world. That's how good of a game this is in terms of towards my personal tastes, that it even makes it hard to make gameplay videos where I'm being mindful of you guys, my viewers and subscribers. That's exactly why, like I said, I was doing a test run of the game first to make sure it would look like something I could record, it would look good and palatable for the channel, and I ended up getting my duelist all the way to level 18. I clearly got addicted, and by the way, I absolutely, when that character that I have right now catches up to Act 2 to where my duelist is, I will switch over to my duelist at some point because I love the duelist so far. I just hope that we have more skill gems in this game, or whatever they're called, things to vary my skills a little, to do a bit more new techniques and things. But like the duelist is really fun. It's like a combination of Mega Man Zero and the Crusaders from Tales of Pirates, which I used to play in like grade 9. Fantastic. So yeah, that was unavoidable. But Tree of Savior related content. So for those of you who are on my channel and you're not familiar, Tree of Savior is an MMORPG that came over from Korea. We got an English version, and it's kind of in its latter years, and it's very challenged as a game. But something that stands out about Tree of Savior in particular, that's not so much the game itself, but to me personally, is the community. I had a lot of deep experiences with various community members there, and I can honestly say I want to do community highlights on Tree of Savior. I mentioned this in the video. This is why I'm trying to keep up and say that's still in the works and I still have plans for it. So basically a video talking about a person or two who plays that game on the same server as me, Clypeta, who I interacted with, who I found plays an important role for the community, or somebody who did something that was meaningful for me, maybe commentary on a few guilds, so that anyone who sees my channel and then sees this Tree of Savior related content, if they're liking the sound of the community, they can consider taking a peek at it or giving it a shot, or maybe even investing in it. That's something I'd like to do. Despite that, Tree of Savior, I admit, has been a challenging game. For me to really function in Tree of Savior, I'd have to look through my Steam logs, but I highly suspect I spent over $800 on this game personally. That's just the reality of it. So it is a very pricey game to play. That's why I don't go out of my way to recommend it to others. But at the same time, the community is pretty good in that game. Now, another one I had in mind is 2 or 3 music commentary videos, and I mentioned this as well in the first videos I made, that probably at some point I'd do commentary on some musical pieces. 100%. The Wotan battle theme from Borderlands 3 DLC is one of the pieces I want to talk about, because it's just such a phenomenal piece of music. There's some Sabaton music, a Swedish power metal band that I like. I might do some on them, on some of their material, but mostly a lot of game and anime related music, where I'm seeing that there are things they do in the breakdown that are just fantastic as music. It's strategically orchestrated. It connects with your emotions and brings up imagery in certain ways that it's so masterful. It needed somebody saying, hey, here's why this piece of music in this game or this anime or that this group sings is so cool. It's just me bringing out my persona on these matters and bringing it to effect. And now lastly, everything else. So once I've sort of made good on my word and delivered what I already promised, for sure there will be more videos. I definitely want to do some horror games. I think horror games are a good situation, because remember, I said in my about page, while one of my big purpose, obviously education and, relationship, one of my other purposes is entertainment. I think watching people play horror games has for me been entertaining, and I think for those of you seeing my reactions to them, it might be entertaining for you. In terms of what I have on my Steam so far, it's not that much. I know there's a few decent free horror games, but I'll definitely have to buy 1 or 2 and see what I can get going for you guys. And of course I gotta run it by my specs as well and see what I can handle. But definitely there will be some horror games and some horror gameplay, and yeah, I hope that will be satisfying and you can all look forward to it. And for anyone from the Tree of Savior community, if they happen to miss me, I will be poking on Tree of Savior from time to time. Literally, the only reason I'm not getting on Tree of Savior much for even Team Battle League is that in order to afford the space on my hard drive to edit and make videos, I literally had to uninstall the Tree of Savior game because it's about 32 gigs, and this hard drive is puny. It's like a 100 something gig hard drive, and Windows takes up like more than half the space or something like that. It's pretty absurd. To give you more context, I did have some other hard drives for my old computer, and for some reason they just don't seem to be compatible with this one. I'm not sure why or why that is, but I suspect it has something related to do with this one. Seems to be set up for the more modern solid state drives, the ones that are like a lot thinner and smaller, and those are sort of the old first generation like 1 terabyte SATA and stuff like that, and which would be great amount of space, but it's just not connecting. So I don't know, I gotta get a new hard drive for this thing. But at any rate, that's really it. So I'm sorry for making 10 and 15 minute videos just to explain what's going on, but in the best interest of reaching out to you guys, my subscribers, my viewers, and keeping a line of communication and honoring what I mentioned in my about page, that I'm interested in relationship and building up relationship with you all. that seemed to be the best course forward. So thank you guys. God bless you. I appreciate every comment. I appreciate every subscription. I appreciate everything you guys do to help me build up sort of a brand and get a presence here on YouTube. You guys are awesome, and I'll definitely see you in a short while with a Path of Exile video and a few reaction videos. God bless you. Have a great day.